Okay, we're here with part 3. We're gonna go with the losers. So we're gonna throw two elves down here and two dwarves up there, and we're gonna let it run. And let's see what happens. And then after this, we will do the winners, which were the humans and the orcs, and we will see who will take that one. Oops. That was an accident. Where'd he go? Right there? How do I kill off people? I don't want to. Oops. All right. Are we sped up? Let's speed this up. I want to think that the elves would win. Seem like they're smarter. They should have better technology than dwarves, but I don't know. I guess we will see. Dorona versus Deer Katil. Not much going on right now. 10 years in, 11 years in. Populations are the same. A pink sheep over there. Couple little huts. Couple little huts. Basically both doing the same right now. Well, we had a little spurt in the elven population. They've just about doubled the dwarves at the moment. Setting up more homes. A lot of sheep roaming around. Ton of sheep. Alright, we are at year 24. And they're only a couple population ahead. So it looks like the elves have a king now. And now the dwarves have a king. So they're a tiny bit behind. Nothing major. Year 31. Still fairly close. Nothing crazy going on. Both still have one colony each. And yeah, just wait this out, see what happens. Tier 42. And they're both just slow going right now. Got 51 for the Elves and 45 for the Dwarves. They are starting to expand out more. The Dwarves are getting to around the center of the map. Elves are still kind of still down in the corner there. Population is fairly close, nothing major. Oh, what do we got over here? We have the Dwarves breaking off with another colony down to the left. Bold move, I would say. Elves are checking it out. But no fighting has started yet. Oh, wait, did they just... Now they're attacking them. Now the Elves are like, I don't know what you think you're doing down here. Yep. Elves go drop that Dwarven village on the bottom left. Is there fighting? Yeah, they're fighting right here in the middle. Little skirmishes going on. Looks like the Elven captain or commander is there. I didn't see the Dwarven one. Still nothing major. Still, the numbers are still the same. Seems to be exchanging very well. Oh. There. Elves are now pushing into the Dwarven village. Here's the Dwarven commander. I feel like I haven't seen him. He comes. Finishes off the rest of the Elves. But yet there's still just small skirmishes breaking out in the middle of the map here. And it's kind of looking like the Dwarves are taking most of the fights. Even though Elves have a little bit more population now. Looks like they jumped up to about 10 over the Dwarves. Fire started. Oh, here come the Elves again. They've rallied up some more troops and they're heading back to the Dwarven encampment. Dwarves fend off pretty well. Doesn't seem like it's... Oh, wait, no. Elves have a huge population lead now. Alright, not huge. It's 10, but it's been more than it has been. Jumping up to about 15. Oh, nope. Dwarves pop back out a couple. It seems fairly even. We're at year 74 here. And it's been fairly even this entire time. There have been skirmishes constantly breaking out for a while now, but nothing really major. If anything, the Dwarves might be pulling it back here. Let's pause it really quick. Let's view the culture list really quick. This is for the Elves. Their culture level 7. Culture conversion, culture spread speed. House tier 2. They have bows. And swords. Okay. So the Dwarves are culture level 6. Culture spread speed. Culture. They're about the same though. They just don't have the bows. That's really the only Only difference here. And it looks like the dwarves are pushing into the elves now. They've been constantly being attacked by elves for years now, and now they are making the push. They take a couple of houses, but they get stopped. And now the dwarves, for the first time in history, have overtaken the elves in population. And we are at year 86. So before that, 86 years, the dwarves had a lower population. You know, it wasn't big, but they were still lower. And now they have overtaken the elves. I think the dwarves might pull this one out. Oh yeah, their population is starting to boom here. Now they're over the elves by like 10 population. Those skirmishes up in the top right here. Skirmishes in the center. Constant fighting. Nobody seems to want to let up. They're just constantly pressuring each other. Who is that? Well, wildfire's breaking out in the center. Where all this fighting is going on as well. This elven commander's up here is starting to attack the dwarven houses. You know, he gets taken out. What's left of his recruits are still up there fighting. Elves are pushing more into the center as well. Elves are making a push back here. Looks like we got a house destroyed down here in the bottom left of the center. Or center left. Dwarves are still ahead. It looks like the elves have kind of closed the gap a little bit, but the dwarves are attacking. They get stopped. They take out one house. We're at year 110. And it has just been a constant back and forth, but nothing major. No major pushes. Nothing that seems like it's going to end one population. Just little skirmishes all over the place. Mainly in the center, though. Here they go again. You got two commanders here fighting out. Dwarven commander and his little army take over. And then they get surrounded by elves as they try to push back into the elven encampment. And the elves have overtaken the dwarves in population again. And now the elves are making a push. And this is just so back and forth. It is crazy. Now that elves have a little population lead here, are they going to be able to do something with it is the question. Maybe those bows are starting to help out. You got these guys in the back here just throwing down arrows. While these dwarves over here have no ranged weaponry at all, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. Yep, they have axes, hammers, swords, but no ranged weaponry. Ooh, and the elves now have armor. That could be a big factor. If the dwarves don't adapt quickly, and start producing their own armor, the elves might just overwhelm them. Oh, two commanders fighting each other. And the dwarven commander falls first. Elves push in a little bit more, but they just... Oh, I was gonna say they got overran really quickly, but they actually held there for a second. A little dwarven army causing some trouble, but it, like I said, just back and forth, nothing major. There's another elven commander over here. Here comes a dwarven commander. No, he gets taken out right away. Elves have now gained a considerable population lead. Seems like the dwarves are just constantly fighting. They're not really grouping up and taking big fights. They're just constantly going and sending out a couple units here or there, and whoa, and we get a house destroyed, dwarven house destroyed. Elves are just keeping the pressure up. They're not giving them any room to breathe now. There's just constant pushing, and they've taken a couple more houses. They're pushing even deeper into the dwarven encampment. And they're keeping that steady 20 population lead on them as well. This is a bad sign for the dwarves. Looks like they're approaching the 30 population lead. The elves, of course. And they are just constantly pressuring, constantly taking outer buildings that the dwarves can't protect as good, and just whittling their way in. There's their fighting down here. Yeah, just little skirmishes, but this commander has actually been up here pushing the front lines for a while now. And as I say that, he falls in battle. Rest in peace, my good sir. Dwarves not going out without a fight. They're making sure they make this as hard as they can for the elves. And we are at year 159. Ooh, Elven commander gets taken out. Looks like the elves are trying to expand out to this left side of the map down here. At this point, it doesn't seem like we've progressed in a while. It's just been the same thing. Populations haven't really been changing too much. But there's been constant fighting, just constant fighting for over 100 years. For over 100 years, the dwarves and elves have fought. Those filthy elves. Oh, there's a little band of elves down here doing some damage. Taking out some houses. Dwarven population dropping drastically. And it looks like the elves might be making their final move. 91 pop to 181. The elves have just dropped the dwarves drastically in population. At this point, I want to check out. So the elves are at culture level 13. They've got armor. They've got a barracks. They've got docks. Bows, swords. Okay. Culture level 12 for the orcs. Docks. House 3. Yeah, still no armor and still no ranged weapons. So they took too long to advance their technology, and I think the elves just slowly edged them out because of that. If the dwarves had gotten armor a lot earlier and had developed ranged weaponry, they honestly probably could have taken it. Because for a little while there, the dwarves did push on the elves, and I think it was when the elves got their armor production and their bow and arrows, and that's when they ended up pushing back, and they never let up. And the dwarves never progressed anymore, so it looks like the elves are going to take this because of their technology. It was a long, hard-fought war. It's been 195 years, and it looks like this war is finally coming to an end with a clear victor. Just waiting for them to finish this out. Because at this point, it's over. Yeah, 18. Yeah, here comes a big army. Let's take those dwarves out. And there you go. 199 years. The elves end up taking it.